All right, good morning, everybody. I'd like to say hello from Eugene, Oregon. I'm Ann with Aware Arts. Welcome to my studio. Looks like we had some rain this morning, but it looks like it's going to be a nice day the rest of the afternoon. Probably somewhere around 58 degrees, something like that. Got my colors mixed here. I have this is Artist Loft Blue with a touch of Payne's Gray in it. This is Artist Loft Quinacridone Magenta. This is, I'm sorry, it's not Artist Loft, I apologize, it's Liquitex Basics Quinacridone Magenta. This is Master's Touch Orange. And this is Metallic Phthalo Green by Artist Loft. I have my white paint mixed. It's white house paint. It's just because it's in a Floetrol bottle doesn't mean I'm using Floetrol. I think we're going to do a flip and drag today. I've prepared my canvas by spraying it with a little bit of water. I'm going to move my paints over here to the side. Get my gloves on. So I squirt it with water both on the front and on the back. That causes it to be nice and tight, get a nice tight, so that it doesn't sag when we put a ton of paint on it, which we tend to do in this, using these techniques. So, having said all of that, I hope you enjoy the process today. I think the colors are going to be beautiful. I love the pink and orange together, and the blue and the green, along with the pink and orange. So, you know what I always say. I always say this. I know you guys hear me say it all the time. I say, if we don't make something beautiful, we'll make some mud. Okay, today I'm going to use a little different cup. In fact, I might do one like that. And then my little super mini. And when I say super mini, I mean super mini red solo cups. So this is a small popsicle, regular size popsicle stick. Regular size popsicle stick. Super mini solo cup. This one holds a lot more paint, but I'm not going to put that much paint in it. First thing I'm going to do is spray them both with a little bit of WD-40 silicone, just so the paints don't stick inside the cup. So I sprayed that. It's got silicone in it, you can see it. Float it around in there. Dump it in this one, do the same thing. Let it run out because I don't need all that excess. Now I'm going to use my finger and wipe this around this cup so I want these to release the paint nicely, but I don't want a bunch of silicone in there. So I'll flip that upside down, let it drip a little bit, wipe my hands, get the extra silicone off. I'm going to use a couple of drops probably of that. Right, now these two, the reason I'm using these two today is because I like the throat on them. The neck is small. So this is, let's see, let me give you an example. If I can find a regular size craft paint bottle. This is a regular craft paint bottle. It's a 2-ounce bottle, I believe. Yeah, 2 ounces. So the neck on it, as you can see, is pretty tight, pretty small. You see that? Pretty small neck. The reason I'm using the small neck is because I'm looking for a more fine throat of color, I guess, or throw of color, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. Okay, so I am going to start by putting my, let's start with the orange. We're going to do a little bit of orange. Just enough to coat the bottom of the cup. Then we're going to do, now you know if we do our green right next to our orange, we're going to do mud. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do our pink right next to our orange. And that way, with any kind of luck, we won't do mud. Now we'll do our, I'm going to hit this one more time. It's kind of bubbly because I used my paint mixer on it, because this is one of those metallics that doesn't like to mix very well. So just getting rid of some of the air bubbles in there. That's much better. It's still got some, but it's much better. Drop that in. Alright, then we're going to put our dark blue in. Now, orange is one of those colors, man, it can really take over everything. So, and it looks like when I'm looking at my cup, I got a lot of orange in it. So to counter that, we're going to put just that much on the canvas, I think. Now I'm going to put a drop. Nope, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. So we have this one. I don't know if you can see that, but we have probably about a third of this full. So that means we probably have about, this is probably a 2-ounce cup. We probably have about 2/3 of 1 ounce in that cup. So now, because that orange I'm worried is going to be super, super strong, I'm going to do one that doesn't have any orange in it at all. Pink. Blue next to that. Green next to that. See, we got rid of quite a few of our bubbles. There's still some in there, but most of them have dissipated. This has been sitting for quite some time. So, and I'm going to use, because I like this metallic green, a little more than I would. Okay, now I'm going to move my colors up out of the way so that I have room to work. I am going to, let's see, how am I going to do this? Okay, I'm going to do this one like this. I'm going to tip it. Let that one sit. This one, I'm just going to flip like that. Got my white here. Going to surround all of this. There's a big yuck. That's a lot of white paint on there. And I know it. Now, having said that, first thing I want to do is get rid of that booger. I hate boogers. And that's quite the booger. Get that out of the way with my canvas. Now I'm just going to tilt. This white is very thicker than I normally like. Just gonna try to get the canvas coated here. I don't wanna leave a big puddle. Just try to get the edges covered. Boy, that's a lot of paint on there, and that's awful thick. So, having said that, I may end up having to pour quite a bit of this off. Yeah, that's so thick. Oh, there's another big booger. Come on, get off of there. I don't want you on there. Nope. It's gonna fight with me. There it is. Okay. Hope that's in screen there. Alright, now get these edges covered here real well so that the paint flows over the edges nicely. If it's dry at all, it will not want to flow very sweetly over our edges, and we don't want that, so we want that all coated nicely. Now I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to try to tilt the majority of this extra white paint off. I hear my neighbor coming in. She's my best friend. I love that girl. She's an amazing human being. Her name is Robin, and she is awesome sauce. She's been worried about me the last few days. My mamacita, the lady I love more than life itself, the one who gave me life, has been diagnosed with the second round of cancer. So I've not been handling that all that well because, like I told you, I was getting ready to fly and gallivanting across the country to go to Australia to do some outreach there. And I'm not so sure that it's a good idea, but my mama is as supportive as anybody I know about the outreach that I do, so she told me to go. So I guess I'll go. You know, hope like heck that everybody else can handle all the things that go along with my mamacita and her health care while I'm gone. Alright. I'm really, really, really loving this colors. Really loving the color here. Okay, so which one do we want to do first? We want to do the orange one first. We'll do the one with the orange first. So we're just going to tilt it a little bit, let some air in there. 2 hairs and some air. Okay, see how that come out of the cup real nice? There's not a lot of color left in there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now this one we didn't do any orange in it at all. So we're going to try to pull it into this colors here. And then maybe do it like that. So let's just do it. Gosh, this is pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, I'm going to let it sit and do its thing. I don't want to mess with it too much, because if you mess with it too much, then it doesn't do its thing. Make sure you're still in camera here. Can you see the whole canvas? No, you can't. And I wonder if I can fix this. Don't want to mess it up too much. How's that? Is that better? You see that? Whoops. Wait a second, guys. Sorry. Okay, how's that? Not better? You can see most of it. See how it's starting to develop cells here. Here. Look at these dendrites. I don't know what that's from, but it is the coolest thing. So I totally dig those. I call them dendrites. Some people call them fractals. But if you could see those up close, they are way wicked cool. And this is a little bare spot on the canvas right here. Just going to try to get some paint into it. Sometimes when you drag the cup across the canvas, you leave little bare spots, and so you give them a minute to fill in. And then you, so because I love those dendrites, I'm trying to think of a way that I can really accentuate those. And I have a couple of tools here, a couple of new tools that I brought home yesterday. I'm kind of excited to try them. Move some stuff out of the way here. So this one is a pumpkin scraper. We've been using it in my car to scrape the ice off the window because I don't have an ice scraper. So the one side, it's curved. You can see it has a curve. This side is rounded over a little bit. So this is a smooth edge, and it's rounded over a little bit here, and then we have those lovely teeth. Those lovely teeth, Rick Cheadle uses something with teeth in it all the time. So we'll see if we can play with that a little bit here. And I also picked this up. This is going to be great for small swipes, a little bit larger swipes. It is also curved a bit. It's got a very nice thumb position. So we'll see what we can do with these guys. Look at those fractals. Oh my gosh. Look at these crazy guys. I'm not so sure I want to do anything. Those fractals. And over here off of the canvas. On my, on my freezer paper that I use to cover the floor, or the table all the time. The fractals over here are every bit as good as the fractals there. That is so cool. Move that stuff out of the way. Okay. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to hit it with the okay, but I do see where we could probably pull this out right here. And see if we can accentuate those fractals some. Should have done that a little bit lighter. Okay, I like that. Pull this out right here, because I really, really, really like that quinacridone magenta. It's just a beautiful color. That's gorgeous right there. Now let's see what happens when we come in here to our orange. Just gently. Quinacridone, magenta, and orange right there together are pretty amazing. This over here, I'm going to pull it to me some, give myself some room there. Sorry. Pull it to me some, give myself some room here. 2 hairs and some air. Just wiping it off every time I use it, so as not to foul the colors. Whoops, dang it. I was hoping not to do that. My white's a little too thick in spots, I think. Okay, take it off the side and do that. Don't drag it across the... Now I gotta see if I can fix this, dang it. Of course, we all know how that usually works. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, we'll take that. Not as pretty as it was initially, but we'll take it. This is still just a scat of color. I mean, there's just a ton of color on there. So let's go ahead and get rid of, or at least some of that out. Just touching the canvas. Okay. Just touch the canvas over here. I know I've got here so that there's quite a bit of paint on this. But there's really not that much, so let's put some random in there. It looks like it's belongs. I actually like that, so I may do that in another place or two here. So normally with fractals, you would add alcohol to make them appear. But I'm not thinking we need any alcohol here. I am thinking that I would like to see this color right in here be a little bit less strong. So I think what we'll do is we'll pull this. I'm going to try this new tool here. Lay it down as flat as I can get it. And let that develop a little bit. Pull some of this out right here, I think. Maybe. That's pretty. There's a lot of color right here. Just a scad of it. Let's see if we can get some more of it off of there a little bit. Apparently these are my go-to colors because I use them quite frequently. I'm going to bring this up here like that a little bit. And that like that. Beautiful. Okay, now I'll put a little heat to it. Get the way up off the canvas. Just warming the paint up a little bit. Okay. Now we have no orange down here, which is a darn shame. And I know that we've got a little bit of canvas. I see bare canvas in here. We kind of want to bring some of that color across there a little bit. And maybe that'd be a good place to add some orange. Just a little. Just a little. Okay, I dropped some white in there, I can see. Okay. Now we already have some orange happening right here, so let's enhance that a little bit. Just dropping some in, pulling it through, and just to get everything kind of evened out, let's drop some in here and do kind of a swipe, a little bit of an effect there. Holy smokes! I dropped white paint in every color I have. That's alright. Okay, now I have some tools over here. I'm going to try to make this orange not so rash. And pull this all the way through there, like that. Pull this all the way in through here, like that. Okay. Now I think we need to do a little tilting. And yes, I'm doing this slow. I think being slow about it is okay. Okay. I think we need to draw some of this out a little bit more over here. And a little bit more here. a little bit. Okay, don't drag it across the canvas. Sorry I'm being quiet. I'm just looking to see what I enjoy, and this is really just too much color for me right here. I think we're gonna try to pull some more of that off of there. Although these dendrites are wicked cool. Let's go back to this tool for a minute. Let's see if we can get some of this intense color right here off the canvas, all the way off. Okay, and a little bit more yet. Do some tilting here. Get rid of this. I'll get my hands clean here. Make sure I'm not contaminating my painting. Get some color flowing here. Get that diluted a little bit. That's too intense for my blood. So if we dilute it a little bit, we should get some really nice cells out of that. And then over here, there's just a huge, super deep puddle of color that really needs to kind of come off of there. Let's do this guy here. See if we can get some of that color off of there. Clean that off. And do one more. Like that. And then we're going to do this. A little bit of a business card swipe, a little bit bigger. And we'll put some color back in that where the nakedness was. I'm loving these cells here, and the dendrites are just cool, but this, man, I'm just having a hard time with all that, this big block of color right here, so I think that just made it worse. So, yeah, that's a lot of paint on the canvas right there. And over here, it's a lot of paint on the canvas too. Okay. Let's pull this out some more. mostly liking that. Huh, sis? I am. I'm almost done with this, though. You should come see it. It's pretty awesome. I am shooting a video. Let's give this a little bit of a hand over here. Huh? What do you think? Just give it a little bit of a hand. That's going to give us some, well, these dendrites over there are. Come on, I want this. What's going on? Oh, I know. There, sorry. Okay. A little bit. Don't want to get too tipsy with it. Pull this out. Like this, I think. Okay. Pull this out. Like this. Let's do a little bit of heat. Okay, let's see, is there anything else we need to do? I think it's pretty amazing. Anything we want to accentuate? Anything we want to, oh man, that's just amazing. It's just amazing. I know, right? You guys don't need to hear that, but okay, yeah, we're gonna call that for now. I'm just gonna walk away and leave that and call it sold. So, turn you guys off here. Sorry. Turning you around. Give you a little bit of a look at it. And say thank you for coming to play in the mud pit with me today. Loving the fractals. The fractals here are just wicked cool. The fractals here, pretty neat. Here's some really wicked cool ones. Over here, these cells here are beautiful. I'm just kind of loving the whole thing. This over here reminds me of a real deep bohemian kind of a... I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it up here. This over here reminds me of a real deep bohemian colors. These fractals right here are pretty amazing. These here. Anyway, thanks for coming to play in the mud pit with me today.